Okay, now we're moving on to the cam. Got everything all cleaned up there, so now we got to see how this is all going to work. Here's our pinion shaft. Well, you check these, you stick in the hole and see how it feels. Depending on how much clearance you got here, it determines how loose it is. If it's really, really loose, you replace it. This one here is a nice racing fit, which means it's not very tight. It's not worn out either, but it's got lots of room for floating around. Then you look on the inside of the bushing and make sure it's not torn up. A bunch of shrapnel in there. Oop. Yeah, it's pretty clean in there. Cam bushing, do the same thing. You look at it, make sure there's not a bunch of metal in there and inside of it where it makes it bad. Then we put the new cam in there and see how it feels. So this one we're putting in a 310 crane cam, hot rod. It's a pretty big cam. Wipe off all the surfaces here so we can check them. Oop. So you can tell it's a big cam because it's a real small base circle and it's a pretty vertical ramping. That makes it a hot rod cam. This is the other cam that came out of it. It's another crane cam. To 298B, which is pretty hot. It's like an Andrews B grind. So you can see how these lobes are a lot taller, a lot fatter. Base circle's a little bit smaller. Overall, they're a little bit hotter version of this one. So a little more upstairs. Move the power band up another 500 RPM probably. Alright, so we need to see how this fits in this cover. So I need to stick it over here and see what it feels like. Not too loose. You can hear it, but don't really see it moving all that much. Spins freely. It's got the seal still in here. Seal works. A little bit. Goes on it. You see it's pretty much always leaks, so this one I'm sure was just replaced and it's got some drag on it, so we're going to assume it still works. Feels nice and soft. I'm able to push with my finger up and down, so it's good. Okay, so I'm thinking this is all pretty good. It's nice and loose, so it'll be a hot rod motor. Okay, so I have to clean all this stuff before it goes together. So I wanted to see what all that looked like before I did my final cleaning on this case. But it doesn't hurt to check the motor when the motor's apart. You can check the cam and stuff in here, make sure it fits up decently. So we can go ahead and do that right now. So there should be a cam plate someplace. I don't remember seeing that. So I'm going to look through the box of junk over here. There should be a triangle washer and cam shim. None of those parts I've seen yet appear to be missing. Wonder where they all went to. Double check the front box. Nope. appears to be gone. That means we either don't need it or we got to find one. I'm pretty sure we're going to need it, so I'll just go ahead and find me one quickly. Oh, we didn't look over here. Maybe it's in this. We got one tin of parts we didn't grab yet. There's the camshaft. I can see it already. There it is. There's the big triangle washer out. Yeah, there we go. Amazing what happens when you look in the right spot, huh? The overflow box. Okay, this stuff we did not use. This goes over in the overflow. Junk box. Ah, that's what those clips are for. I couldn't think what the hell these clips were for. He's got that stupid stage 8 exhaust bolt stuff. I don't think much of this junk, as you can probably tell. That goes over there for later. Okay, these are going to need to be cleaned up. I'm not sure what these are for. Probably for the point cover, so they go over there. And these are lifter block screws. We will be needing these. Alright, so I'll just put these over here. Yeah, we can get out one pan. So these are the new sifter lifters that are made 30-something years ago. Take Evo style push rods when the Evos came out, not when twin cams came out. Appear to be pretty good. The rollers had some junk in them that we had to soak for a while. Paraffin waxes and stuff were in them. Working nice and free now, so they should be good. I just got to give all this stuff one more final cleaning before it goes together. I'll leave that stuff over here. This stuff's already been cleaned, so this is not clean. So not clean goes over there, and clean goes over here. That way you don't mix them up. Okay, so we're able to put this together. So here's our triangle washer. You notice how it does not match the case when you put it in like this. See how the case is cut out at an angle? It matches, see? Now, in case you don't know why it's like that, you have your lifter block right here, in here. See how that lifter comes right in that area right there? Gets in the way. So you stick your lifter in here. It's the lifter that's the furthest to the inside. So it hits. See how it comes over and hits the washer? If it was there. The washer's not there, so it doesn't hit it. That's why it's cut like that. There's always a reason why things are done. Okay, here's our little thin washer. Goes right there. Right there. Uh-oh. It's a good thing we checked this beforehand. See how it's hitting right here? Clunk. We have an interference problem, boss. Too much cam lift. So even though this thing had a big cam in it, it wasn't as big as this cam. That would have been a bitch after I had the whole motor together. I had to come back and take a whole thing apart because I didn't check. Okay, well, we'll check that too. Alright, we know we got to do that. Okay, we need a gasket for this. I'm not sure what we're going to use for a gasket, but probably something like one of these over here. These are my mock-up gaskets. That looks like an old S&S gasket. That'll be perfect for this motor. He doesn't like using any sealers, so we'll use that one. Okay, we're going to put a reed breather in here. We took out the stock one that was over here. There it is. So it's a time breather. It rotates in times when it opens and closes. And it blows stuff out of the hole over here. Comes out of here, blows all over the camshaft and lubricates it. That's its only form of lube. It also sprays on top of the lifters and lubes them. And it opens and closes at a certain time as it rotates. It used to, in the old day, we had to grind the window out here to make this time correctly. Then they made some different ones aftermarket. They were a little bit different. That helped a little bit. Now we make it real easy. We just go over and buy a reed breather from S&S, and we don't do any of that. It's self-timing. When it's got pressure, it opens. When it's got vacuum, it closes. Done. No more timing. So it just pops in a hole. No more gear to rotate. Less stuff to wear and tear. So this doesn't really have any moving parts except for the little springs going up and down the reeds. They should never break. Yes, I said should never break. Everything breaks at some point. And then goes Scooby. So anyway, this we're going to put in there. That'll help it out. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if this fits now. Why is that not staying down where it belongs? 70A cover. Make sure your oil galley lines up. See the big hole there? Lines up with that. Just dropped right down like it's supposed to fit. Appears to have good fitment. Stick your fingers in here, see? Okay, so I'm going to tighten the cover up, see if there's any binding. The long bolt goes there. This bolt here with a screw on it goes right there with the clamp. Okay, the longest screw that's left goes here. And the next longest one of that also goes over here. These two are the same height. The short ones go here because they're recessed. That's not the correct washer. See, that will not recess into that hole. It will fit over here, but it's not correct for it. And that's what he was using, it looks like. Are you eating a rat over there? What are you doing? Did you find a rat? Well, you're eating on something. What are you eating over there? Eating on something important. Somebody's been over here in my tools, screwing around up here. Alright, I want this one. Right here is the one I want. This one's too small. Doing Scooby. Okay, so we just run these down and we see what it looks like. Yeah, Scooby. Scooby's helping. Appears that sealer is still in there. Is that a rat? Scooby's ears are up. What's that? Is that a rat? Look at that rat. Scooby went looking for the rat. I don't have to put these all in to check in play, but I'm putting them all in to check to make sure they all fit. See how long that bolt is? That's a pretty long bolt. I don't know why that thing is so long. Appears to go in though. Okay, they're not torqued, but they got tension on them. So you want to make sure the cam rotates correctly. He's back. Looking for that rat. So if the cam drops by itself, it's good. Just the weight of the cam. And you rotate with your fingers. You push up and rotate at the same time. It gets tighter right there, see? Stick on in play, but a little bit binding right there. Can't rotate. Oh, that's where, dumbass. That's where it hits. The other hits over there. Alright. So it works good until you hit something like the case. Alright, so we did our check. We're good. In play is nice. Looks like we got about 12 to 15 down there. That's plenty. It's good. I like that. Everything works good on this side. Okay, so I got to take it apart. We got to mill the case to get some clearance. Should just spin right out, but they don't. This appears to be the correct gasket. We'll keep it. Okay, don't need that anymore. The spacer, I need to go polish on it. You see, it's got a bunch of whatever's out here. I don't know what that is. It's not just rust. So with the polish, just have to make it nice and smooth. Then we can reuse those spacers for left crank seal. So I got to do that also. All right. So a bunch of stuff we got to carry over here now. Let's see what Scooby's doing. What do you got? Is there a rat over there? Where's that rat? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? He's looking. Where'd that rat go? Is he in there? Is he back in there? That big rat over there. He's looking. There must be a rat. Who's up there? What do you got? Scooby's happy when he's looking for rats. Look at that tail go. Look at that tail. Where's that thing at? Where'd that rat go? Where'd he go? Is he over there? He's gonna find it. You just watch. Okay. All right. Let's mill this case now. Ah, it's sharp. So I put these all around the case to lift it up. There's a lip on the bottom of the case there, the one we were cleaning earlier. Okay. That, clamp right there, right there. That's good. Yeah. Way too short. Yeah, it's good. Where'd that piece of crap come from? Somebody's putting my blocks away for me, got them all mixed up. Somebody was helping me. I don't need that kind of help. Mixing up my tools is not helping me. Most of my tension on there. We all have a little bit of on it. Okay, now we got to center up that hole down there. We don't have to be perfectly centered, but we need to be close. We gotta go down anyway, so might as well go down now. Okay, we're just trying to get this centered up here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it'd be nice to be close. It's always fun checking the inside of the needle bearing for center. So watch it out. See, look at the high spots, about 5, see? We don't care about the low spot, we don't care about the high spot. So it's about 5 all the way around. That means we're pretty close. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but it doesn't hurt to be close. We're within probably a thou. Okay, so now all I gotta do is cut this out bigger and it'll be on center, so whatever it takes to make the clam clear, it'll be even and concentric, so it'll work. if you went concentric to your center line, then let's say this was the case, you might clear on one side. It's hard to see. It might clear on one side here if it was like that, and then it would come over that side, it would clip real hard, and see it would be not concentric, it would hit on one side, not the other. If we cut it concentric to the hole, if you got clearance here, you got clearance here. It's equal. So that's how you should do things. That's how we're going to do it. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but it helps to be close. Alright, use our boring bar here. Okay, there's a sharp edge one. This has almost no radius on this cutter, this bit. So I'm going to swap that out to one that has a bigger radius on it. No reason to be that close. So we'll just find one of these ones that's worn out already, and we'll pick one of these ones here to use. We just got to swap this out over here. So just an Allen goes in there, loosens it up. Just a little pinch finger right here that holds it. Take out the good one. Put in a crappy one. When these get ground too far, see it'll hit here instead of on the bit. We are very, very close to being not usable. So take our strategy and see actually what's hitting. Actually, I think it's probably the bit's lower than this, I think. They're about equal. Looks like they're about equal. That means it's going to rub across here and there at the same time. So this is too worn out. So we're not going to use this one. And we're not going to leave it over here anymore because it's worn out. We'll get a different one. There's a big radius. That's too big of a radius. See how big that is? Yeah, these ones look pretty good. Pretty big too. Be fine. Put the worn out bit over in the lathe over there where it's needed. Alright, let's see how this one works. Now, unlike being a worn out one, this is actually made to be big. See, now it's way above the surface here. When you put the bit on there, see you got clearance. See, it's angled down, the other one's flat over here. So this has clearance now. Bam. Alright, so we'll use this for our cut. It'll leave a nice big radius inside so the case won't have a stress area to crack. We don't want to crack right here in the radius down inside here. If you can see, they already got a radius in here. Right on the edge you can see what the radius is, the original. So mine's going to be about the same thing. So you don't want to have a weak area in the case because you need cam clearance. So everything you do, you got to think about what happens later on. So. Okay, now the cam's going to be above this height, off the face, plus the thickness of this washer. See, it only needs to be cut to within that clearance, so we're never going to get that radius even close. So if you look at this, It is a little under 300 thousandths if you read it. If I flip it around this way you can see better. So that's how far up we are. So we're going to call a 1/4 inch clearance is all we need. So we can go down to 200. We'll make it 200. So I'll go down until I hit the case. I'll come up 200 and that'll be our stop. Just got to pay attention to hit over here on our case over here too. We'll slam into the side of the case. Be more damage if we did that. Yep, we got clearance here. Okay, stop right there. Feed this down until it stops automatically. Okay, now we go over here, look at our clearance. We're going to go up until it hits. We're feeding this handle up here until it comes up. Gets close. Alright, so we're close. Okay, so we'll zero out this here, 0. We back up 2 turns, which you pull it up 200 thousandths off the surface. So you go 1 turn, 2 turn. You always go back and come forward on it. Right to 0. There's our 200. See, when you're dropping the table just goes down wherever it wants to. There's a big lead screw up under here. When you go back up, it centers everything up like it's supposed to be. Can make a difference. Okay, so now you're only this high up. See how high we are? We got this big gap in here. That's 200 thou up. Should be plenty of room for what we need for a cam. Now some cams are made a little bit tighter in here for clearance. So if we want to come up a little bit extra, we can pull another 50 up here, no problem. We just go up here and give it another 50 right here. Right there. Now we're only 150 up, and that looks good. Doesn't hurt to have a little extra just in case something happens down the road. You never know. It's not going to really weaken the case much at all, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, now why is this thing locked up on me? Jeez. Damn. These screws got oil on it. Things really, really tight all of a sudden for some reason. Doesn't want to turn. Damn, that's tight. Something's going on with my bowling bar. You always have these pinch bolts on and put drag on it. Right now there's way too much drag, so something is going on. Back off some of that tension off of there. Just a little bit. That should free this thing up. Freer, but it's still got issues. Okay, so we got to go down until we hit whatever it takes to make it hit in there. Okay, looks like we got about 30 thou there. Okay. See what happens here. test drop here, make sure our numbers are all good. Okay. Yep, everything looks good. There's our clearance right there. Okay, we're pretty close to hitting now. So these feed out a little bit sometimes, so we'll test it. Find out exactly where it hits at, so we know. Obviously we're not hitting yet. Okay, we're going to go 10 thou more. There's 10. See if that's enough to make a hit. Nope. Give it another 10. At some point it's going to hit. Still not hit. Still not hit. Gotta be getting close. A little extra. Gonna hit at some point. Not now. Yeah. Another 15 thou. There it goes. Finally. Hit. So you can see the mark on the steel. Cutting aluminum on this side is not cutting aluminum on this side. So Harley's cutout was not concentric to the cam bearing here. What are you looking at? Nothing over there. See, it's not cutting on aluminum there. See, the aluminum's just right there, not hitting on it. It was cutting over here, see? So their hole wasn't concentric. Alright, so now we know where we're at. So, oh, look, it's right at 0. Makes it easy. Okay, we need, I don't know how much clearance we need, but we need a lot. So I'm going to give it 50 thou. Where's my number at? Here's 50. It's a big cut. That's a 25 pass. Just going to cut a big chunk of that out of there. Might be too much of a cut to find out. Should be alright. Yep, looks alright. Cutter's nice and sharp, so it's cutting good. Alright, so that was a good cut. That should be deep enough to clear everything. I always put the camera where I can see, but not you. Alright, so now it looks pretty good. So now we need to just find out if we got enough cam clearance. Of course, I made this exactly so I can't get in here. I think we're going to need more than that. Give it another 30. There's another 30 thou. $180 down. There we go. Should have tons and tons of clearance in there now. Alright, so you got a pretty good cut on that. We still got some material for the case here, so we're not into that yet all the way. So we should be okay. We will have to deburr that edge though a little bit. Alright. Okay, we're zeroed over there so we know where we're at. Get this out of my way. So I can get the cam in there now. I'm going to leave out the thrust washer. I'm only going to put the one in there. Just in case somebody tries to put together no washer in it. Without the washer we're hitting up here. Even without that, you can see how the lobe is above. Okay, I'm going to put the thrust washer in like it's supposed to be in there. Right there. Okay, so now we have lots of clearance. No interference at all. It is close in there though. Can't really see the clearance. Camera might be able to see it, but I can't really see it. There's something down in there. Get some clearance, hard to read it. So what I do is I put a feeler gauge in there. So these thick ones are 10 thou. You always want to have at least 10 thou clearance. Do that with one hand. Just gonna stick it in there. Run the cam through there. Cam goes through no problem. So we know we got at least 10. See, it's in there no problem. It fits in just fine. Pull that out. Stick it on the other side over here. See if it goes right through. Oop. I'm not sure exactly where our center is, but that's past center. Yeah, clearance. So I know I got at least 10. We probably got over 20, I bet, in there. As loose as that feels. Okay, so that all looks good. All I gotta do is do a little deburr on the top edge, clean everything all up, and we should be able to start assembling this bike. Oh, I gotta do this. I forgot this. We'll go over and do a little buffing on this thing. Could put a brand new one in there, but why do that? We'll just fix this one. Lights on. So we're just going to hold this in chuck and spin it on the lathe, clean that up. the old eyeball center job here. Here's my eyeballs, are pretty good. See how close I got it. That's within probably 2 thou, I bet. I was just looking on the edge right here, beating that, breathing on around. Alright, so now I just put some sandpaper on there on the file. That'll keep it semi-flat. So we got a fine one here, and we got a coarser one right here for bad situations. So I'll flash it with this, and I'll go right to the file. The rust will load up the paper a little bit. We use the file as a backer to keep it flat. Give you a nice flat surface. Okay, that's the first one down. That's what we got right now. See the grooves in it. File from the sandpaper. It's actually emery paper, but yeah, that smooths that up pretty good. See how smooth it is now? Seal a hole in that real nice now. There's still a little bit of roughness to it, but not too bad. Now if you want to make it smoother than this, you have to use a finer paper. So I think that was like a 180, worn out 180 I think we used. Yeah. So if you want to get finer than that, we can go to something like this, which is, I don't know what it is, something fine. So you can put this on there and spin it with that. That'll make it a little bit smoother again. Let's do this again. Right there's where that was rubbing. Now get you more of a near finish, see? Almost no marks now. Alright, so that's a nice finish. The seal will live on that pretty nicely. The other way it would be kind of rough and it wouldn't seal there. It would eat up the seal. So we're putting a new seal in there, so but still. It's best if you don't eat them up. Alright, so that looks pretty good. So now I got more stuff to clean up. Alright, so we'll get this all cleaned up. We'll be back.